Today I want to talk about intentional ownership. Back in 2019, when I went to visit my brother and my sister, my brother sent me a card and thanked me for being intentional with the relationship. Tiny bit of background. I've only started to see my elder brother and sister. I knew that they were around, but they were from my father. They were my father's children from someone else, and I only met them 4 years ago. So that's the context with being intentional. In 2019, I made it my business to go and see them where they live twice. And my brother sent me this card and he said, "Thank you for being so intentional with the relationship." And intentional became my word for 2020. And then obviously the pandemic happened. And I was intentional. I started a business, 3 weeks before the pandemic. And then I kept the word intentional in 2021 because I knew I was eventually going to be able to get out there and do more things, and I was going to be intentional. Now, what I didn't take into account was ownership. And for me, the way I described it today is the intentionality means that I can take advantage of opportunities that come along. What I was doing was, with those opportunities that came along, I was then jumping in the passenger seat of the car and letting those opportunities drive me rather than driving them. And so now with the ownership part, it means that the opportunities come along and I take them, which means that I sit in the driver's seat and I decide what I want them to be. I don't let others around me, I don't let the opportunity decide what it wants to be. I actually look at it and say, okay, this is what I want out of this. And taking ownership is so much more empowering than just taking advantage of the opportunity and being intentional, because the impact is greater on me when I actually take ownership of what it is that I'm doing. And this is new for me, today, because the conversation happened today. However, my words for 2022 will be intentional ownership. Because when I take my intentional ownership, I will make much more of the impact that I want to. Now, if any of this resonated with you, if all of this resonated with you or with somebody you know, I have a couple of one-to-one spots available to work with me. So please PM me and we can have a clarity call and we can discuss this in greater detail and how the process for me to help you to find your light, your voice, and they will help you to live in your joy. Take care.